It's called a promo, kid.
Shut your
and
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
Okay, let it play. We are linked in all the way. No questions asked. It's time.
It's time!
War Games. We did this last year, right? Were you here last year? If you were, thank you for coming back and doing it a second year. If you weren't here last year on Thanksgiving, well, baby girl, this is what we do. War Games on Thanksgiving. See the official rules. If you're watching this and you don't know how War Games works, that's a whole other conversation we have to have. But needless to say, last year we started a tradition, War Games on Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving day, eating with the fam. It actually kind of sparks off of another Thanksgiving tradition. So, again, you were here last year, you heard this before, you could probably just tune me out on this, but to explain to those who are just coming in for this year's War Games, I have my own Thanksgiving tradition. I mean, as we all have our Thanksgiving traditions, but I have my own particular Thanksgiving tradition wherein I have always, since like age, I think 11, 12, played general manager mode on SmackDown vs. Raw every Thanksgiving. It just started one random Thanksgiving. I was watching Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends for like the 100th time. I was like, I want to play GM mode. I finally had figured out how to play GM mode well enough, because before then I was just a kid, like, I don't know what this is, I just want to wrestle. But I finally learned to play GM mode, and that Thanksgiving day I was just playing it hours for hours. This is SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 as well, so like, if you were there and you remember that GM mode, yeah, you could play that shit for hours and hours. So I was playing it for hours, and eventually we get to Thanksgiving meal. I don't want to put my PlayStation 2 controller down. I don't want to do that, but have to eat immediately after dinner. I didn't care about the wishbone tradition. I didn't care about anything else but playing GM mode some more. Excuse me. Had a lump in my throat. I was getting emotional.
It's still real to
So
me, damn it!
every Thanksgiving since then, I've tried to find a way to play GM mode, and there were a couple Thanksgivings down the line where I didn't get to, and that's just life. But once we started Wrestling in the Middle, I said that tradition needs to be brought back all the way. We started doing GM mode around Thanksgiving time. View-wise, people didn't really tune into that as much, so I kept that as a personal tradition. But what we did land on was that the War Games match was really well received and just a nice little cool kickback way to enjoy the day, kind of hang out together a little bit. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to have some War Games. Last year we had 2. This year we have 3. I did men and women's, and then a little bonus one. But here's the theme for this year's War Games matches, is they're all generations. So like men's match, we have New Era versus Attitude Era. And we're starting, as you can see, with Roman Reigns versus The Rock, the two top of the chain as far as the bloodline go. Arguable, yes, but for the conversation's sake right now, they're the most high up in the bloodline. They're the most popular. We can argue about it later. Fact of the matter is, it's 2 gentlemen, it's 2 cousins. They're about to face off one-on-one and start this War Games match. I'm ready. I don't know about you, but I sure as hell am ready for this.
Are you ready?
I'm spinning my pen like I always do. Got my jerk off to the side. Oh, no, I don't. I better... See, this is why we need an assistant. I've tried to tell Dylan this before. We need an intern around here. If you are a young, budding college student, really into pro wrestling, don't got a lot of shit going on, it's very minimal, we're definitely looking for an intern. Now, here's the sad part. It is location-based, so if you're not in Odessa, Texas, I guess it doesn't really work. But if you are, a pro wrestling fan in Odessa, Texas, with not shit going on, and you want an internship, we got one opening. So, that said, The Rock punching Roman down, Attitude Era getting the upper hand in this match. Who do we got in the field? I'm trying to remember, so many men in this match, but I can see on the Attitude Era side, we have a whopping team of The Rock, Triple H, Sting. Yes, I said Sting. He was very popular at the time, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I think I'd put Sting in there again. Get it, Roman? What a hell of a clothesline. I put Sting in there because we cannot walk by the fact that the Attitude Era was not just about WWF, WWE. Yes, they were the Attitude Era, and because of the Monday Night Wars, we started the Attitude Era, but in that era, you cannot tell me that Sting was not more relevant, if not just as relevant, as anybody else in the Attitude Era. I think Undertaker, Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, all of them could agree with me that Sting was just as popular, maybe more. Now, I don't know which team has the advantage, so I don't know. We got Stone Cold coming out next. Okay, so Attitude Era has the advantage in this match. We can work with that. Stone Cold looking for some weapons. He's pulling out a table. This is why I like you, Stone Cold, because that's what I would do. I would waste no time. I would start getting tables and chairs. If I see a bat or a sledgehammer or any sort of like handheld weapon, I'm going for that. Just the table for him, and that's fine for me. Okay, so Ruthless Aggression Era has the upper hand. Roman's about to get jumped on by Stone Cold and The Rock. This is a real sentence coming out of my mouth. This is an actual sentence that's coming out of my mouth right now. He's down on the ground, rolling around, holding his head. Rock picks him back up. Irish whip him. What's he going to do? Oh, Roman reverses. Thank God, Roman, he doesn't go down that easy. Superman punch to his cousin. Stone Cold shutting it down, busting his gut. I need to know, in this field of the new era, which we have Gunther, Seth Rollins, and Will Ospreay, who's going to come help Roman get out of this pickle? Will it be his former Shield brethren, Seth Rollins? The Rock breaking that up. I don't think he's a team player. I think he's kind of mad about that Superman punch. Okay, Stone Cold shadow boxing. He might tell you he wasn't shadow boxing, but we all saw it. The middle finger gesture was inappropriate for this time. All right, who do we got next? Is Will Ospreay coming out? Will Ospreay coming to help Roman Reigns. And this made sense too, because again, all right, let's talk about Sting being just as relevant in the Attitude Era. Will Ospreay just as, if not more relevant in the new era. I think he's one of the most popular wrestlers in this generation, if not down the line of all time, of course. And a lot of people get that conversation. He is going for the chairs, stop sign. What's he doing now? He's getting in the ring. All right, chair and a stop sign. He's bringing some toys. But Will Ospreay is probably one of the biggest wrestlers of this generation, and I think it's a statement too that AEW is a lot more than WCW was. Because when we talk about Sting's relevancy in the Attitude Era, we're talking about WCW needing to be put on the level of WWF, WWE. Whereas now in the new era, we don't have that problem. We tried to create that problem amongst ourselves. He threw that chair and hit Roman. My God. This is just a game to Ospreay. This is just an absolute game. And he nailed The Rock in the back of the head with a stop sign. So, but yeah, we try to make this argument amongst ourselves now that like AEW is like WCW. It'll fail like WCW and it could never hold a candle. But that's not true. We look at the products week by week. It's not true. Ospreay is looking like a jackass missing both of those springboard to springboard forearms. Triple H coming in. He's going to give the Attitude Era the advantage back. Going back to what I was just saying, though. Again, we're going to keep circling back to the big topic here. It's that AEW does not need to be anywhere near compared to WCW anymore. While I get how it could have been, and it's okay to do, we're now at the point where it's not. And it is, okay, you don't want to accept that it's a better product. That's a whole other argument. It's an equal. It's a equal, guys, and you know it. That high knee right there told you that it's an equal. The fact that Triple H is going for Roman Reigns and not Will Ospreay means we can live in a communicative world where we all get along and we're all on the same team, and that team is professional wrestling. It's not Team WWE. It's not Team AEW. It's not Team MLW. It's definitely not GCW. Absolutely at no point is it Team TNA. It's Team Pro Wrestling. And that's what we're getting here in this War Games match. Ospreay, Stone Cold, battling it out. Words I never thought I would say before. The Rock picking up the table. No idea what he's doing with it. Gets slapped in the back, so he's not doing a damn thing, looks like. Oh, Roman setting up for the spear. He wants to spear Triple H. It's like WrestleMania 32 all over again. New era. Got a man coming in the match, but who's it going to be? Seth Rollins or Gunther? Oh, The Rock sets up for the rock bottom. Stone Cold Irish whips him into the... Nothing happened out of that. Absolutely nothing happened. And Roman Reigns is jumping off the top rope. What is going on? What is happening? Gunther coming in the match. Will he also be grabbing weapons? We have a streak going of weapons, and Gunther keeps it alive. Keep them running. Keep them rolling. All the weapons, the trash cans. What else you got? Don't stop there. Now, in what... I know in this world, in this universe, but in what universe does Gunther grab a trash can before he enters the match? I just don't see it, and he doesn't need to. Arguable, none of these men need weapons, but they're available. So, okay, I agree with the fact that weapons are available and these men can use them, so why not? But at the same time, I have this argument that Gunther can't, and I think that that's discriminatory of me, and I need to slap myself on the wrist. It's not okay for me to say that. Gunther can use whatever weapon he wants to use in this match. He is helping his team get the victory. And by the new era getting a victory in this match, what will they be saying? What will they be proving? What they prove is that what I'm saying is true, in that the new era is just as good as the Ruthless Aggression era, as the Attitude Era. I think, I'm getting my eras mixed up, but at the same time, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, let's bundle them together for a second, because the time period of wrestling was hot, and I want to argue, as Sting comes in the match, I want to argue that now, 22 to 24 has been and is going to continue to be just as good of a hot period of wrestling. The numbers show it. The numbers show it. You guys want to sit there on your asses all day at home and talk about numbers. The numbers show one thing to me. People love pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling. I love seeing Triple H get thrown in the cage by Will Ospreay. I love seeing Stone Cold throw a stop sign. I love everything about it. And I hate discrimination amongst it. I hate segregation amongst it. These are two terms that do not belong in pro wrestling, that have been there for too long already, that need to be eradicated. That was a hell of a trash can throw. Holy shit. That was one hell of a trash can throw. There's so much damn action in this match. I could tell you what's going on. I could tell you why Stone Cold has a kendo stick, but I don't need to. You're watching it all. And in the comments right now, you're sending a paragraph at me, letting me know that I am... Oh, what a stunner. Sorry, Ospreay. Took the stunner. You're sending a paragraph in the comments right now, letting me know that I am full of... that I am wrong, that the Attitude Era is always going to be the absolute best period in wrestling, and you cannot dispute it. Undisputed Era, that was the best period in wrestling. Dispute that. Oh, sorry, I slapped the mic. I'm so sorry I slapped the mic. I get excited. Thank God there's no camera on me today. Normally we have the camera on. Nah, not today. Not today. I'm going ham at the commentary booth. There's trash cans being thrown about. There's statements getting made. There's arguments I'm having with people that aren't even here yet, because this is a pre-recorded War Games match.
Drink it in, man.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I am nice stop sign shot. I can't get a word off edgewise without a Stormbreaker getting hit. I forget that War Games has officially started and this match is underway. You know, what I was gonna say before Will Ospreay hit a modified pedigree on Triple H and Roman powerbombed, just gonna say I'm really thankful for this. I'm thankful for this show. I'm thankful for the people that support this show. You guys have made something that was a lost fever dream for me a reality, and it's something I will never not be grateful for. The fact that I turned something I loved. Oh, Hidden Blade. Will Ospreay just won this for his team. I turned something I love into a career, and I'll never lose sight of that. As hard as this job can get sometimes, and as much as I feel like we kind of need to take a break from wrestling in the middle, I'm so grateful for everything we've done, and I know we're going to continue to do. So I stay strong. Man, Ospreay and Stone Cold having a roll-up battle. I stay strong. I power through it because I know you guys have my back, and as wrestling fans, I'm glad we have something we can be passionate about and share together. And Gunther being on top of the cage is the epitome of this. Gunther just did a splash onto Sting from the top of the cage. This is something you're not going to see in your every regular day life, so let's appreciate it here. Gunther is going to work on Sting. I think Gunther just won the match. Let's see. Everybody's being pinned. Everybody is being pinned by the New Era. All right. Team Seth freaking Rollins wins. Now, arguable it was Team Roman Reigns, but hey, Seth got the pin. He can have the team. What I say? What did I say? New Era wins. This proves they are just as, if not better, they're just as good, if not better, than the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. Let's go ahead and combine them for a second. Shout out to the New Era. Gunther, Rollins, Reigns, Ospreay. You boys did it. You proved a point. You proved my point. You backed me up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get to the women's match.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you probably hear that plane off in the distance, and hopefully that plane isn't riding straight for me to crash this party that I got going on, but I didn't know that I had the WCW Fall Brawl Arena unlocked with the DLC. It was a last second thing as I was doing this, like, oh yeah, I can change the arena. So the women are going to bust it open. Pause. Time. Pause. No. The women are going to test out this WCW Fall Brawl War Games arena. Thank you very much. Let's keep on moving because that was awkward. That was an awkward lib that came out, and it wasn't supposed to come out that way. It just sounded wrong.
So
You already know the rules. I don't know why you're reading this right now. You already know the War Games rules, but I guess if you just skipped 20 minutes ahead to watch the women's match, that's what you're doing. You're just now finding out the rules. This is same concept, generation versus generation. We're gonna have the women of the past face the women of the now. I'm rooting for the women of the now because I think women's wrestling has definitely progressed over the years. And if you think it hasn't, what the f*** are you watching? Humor me here. Could you imagine? You're at Raw one night. You're just at a wrestling show, and some guy comes up to you and is like, man, Lyra Valkyria, Zoe Stark, Rhea Ripley, man, the women of today, they're all right, but nobody will ever be better than Michelle McCool. Hey, love Michelle McCool. I love Gail Kim. Like, there's a lot of women from the past that, yes, ahead of their time, and if they were born a decade later, they would be multi-time champions. But bro, the Cat, you're going to sit here and tell me that the Cat is better than this woman right here, Rhea Ripley, who is not actually the Wrestling in the Middle Women's World Champion. This is, again, a pre-recorded thing, and this is kind of a little bit of a conundrum, I guess. I don't know what word I'm looking for here. Leave me alone. The title's on Io Sky, but in Exhibition, the title's been on Rhea Ripley because I don't play in Exhibition very often. I only play in Universe mode now because anytime I want to play this game, it's conducive to the show and getting you guys another Universe mode made. So I really only play in Universe mode. I forgot Rhea Ripley had the title on her in Exhibition. Kind of felt awkward, but hey, let's break the fourth wall a little bit. Lita, her opponent, entering first. Another woman, again, she's born a decade later. Whole other story. But can we sit here and, hey, I want to see multiple comments on this. Comment as much as you want on this YouTube video, or if you're on Spotify, listen on Spotify. You can comment on Spotify now. Do you think we would even have the Lyra Valkyrias and Zoe Starks and Rhea Ripley's? Would we have any of this without Lita? Would Without the Gail Kims and the Litas, would we even have any of it? Thank you, Gail Kim. Thank you, Amy Dumas. Thank you, Trish Stratus. Thank you, women, for going boldly where no woman has gone before, and other women tried to go and were disrespectfully denied. Thank you for having the lady balls to step it the up and show that women can do this shit too. Because if we did not have women's wrestling the way we have it right now, wrestling would not still be existing the way it does. We would not be in this hot period without women's wrestling. Women's wrestling since 2015 has become the backbone of this industry. If you do not have solid women wrestling in your promotion now in 2024, you are losing, and you are losing out on money. Financially, you are failing, and also culturally, you are failing. Just like Lita is failing against Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is this damn good, though, because Lita was that damn good. I'm done. Thank you. Walk off. Walk off. I'm actually just getting water out the fridge.
Drink it in, man.
I'm just saying, man.
Man.
At no point in your time of existence do you need to sit here and try to tell me that women in wrestling need to go back to the bra and panties era. If you want to sit here and comment that, fine, comment that, but I'm going to backlash at you. I'm going to backlash 2001 at you.
What?
I'm a backlash 2003, bro. As hard as a backlash can lash back, I'm going to lash that back.
Ruthless.
Abdominal stretch. She's just going to hold her there for 20 minutes like that. That'd be ridiculous. Wet my whistle. Hey, is there any water brands that want to give us a sponsorship? We all need to drink water all the time, consistently. Water comes from everywhere. But let's not be stupid. There's all kinds of brands of water. There's companies that say, we're just going to get this water that everyone else is using, put our name on it, make our name look fancy on it, and you're going to buy it for a bunch of money. And hey, we do that. So since we do that, is there any of those water brands that are like, hey, you're on to us, you get the formula, you're not being a about it, would you like us to give you free bottled water all the time? And I would chug that water daily. I would sit here on camera and be like, hey, this bleep, bleep, bleep water.
Drink it in, man.
Bomb. Crispest water taste I've ever had in my life. Can we just casually step into the fact that Rhea Ripley was not bothered that she had to face Lita and Trish at the same time and is doing a hell of a job taking out both women? Shout out to Rhea Ripley. Alright, maybe I spoke too soon. Trish going for nothing, going for everything, but getting nothing. Rhea getting tossed about from ring to ring. Where are we going with this, gals? Looks like Lyra Valkyria is coming to aid Rhea Ripley. She's going to come out next. And hey, gave Lyra Valkyria a couple name drops here. I think Lyra Valkyria represents more than just the new era in this match. I think she represents the future era, the next era. So we got the new era, it's the next era. Lyra Valkyria should, by all accounts, be what this industry is heading towards. We need a 10-time women's champion, Lyra Valkyria, by the 2030 year. If by 2030, we're not sitting here going, wow, Lyra Valkyria really stepped up to the plate and held all those world championships, I think we might have missed something. So while we're here, 6 years back, let's get it right now, and let's start giving Lyra the push. She's already got a table and a chair. The else do you want from her?
Fickle. They're fickle.
And Enziguri, well, you get that. She came to play. No Miz. She came to play. Nothing slows your momentum slower than a sledgehammer to the tummy. I swear if Lita puts her through that table, I'm going to cry. Oh, no, she's sending her to the other ring. All right, so we got one-on-one.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Okay, Irish whip into the ropes. Lyra putting a stop to that. Thank God. Okay, what's Rhea and Trish got going on? Because anytime I see Lyra flying, awesome. high flyer against Lita. I love that we can do a lot with that, but when I see a table, I want to know who's going through it. Is Trish Stratus going through that table, Rhea? Can you tell me? She can't actually. She's too busy wrestling the match. And it looks like she just wants to punish Trish Stratus. Okay, strut, Michelle McCool. I'm so cool. What she got? Kendo stick? I could work with a kendo stick, and so can she apparently. So, old school got the advantage. And also, let's acknowledge, too, that the old school women don't have any duds on their roster either. We certainly could have put Candice Michelle in this match. We didn't feel the need to when you have Molly Holly and Michelle McCool. I love the new era. I mean, again, like, this only keeps... What's Lyra doing up there? This keeps further proving my point. Oh, beautiful crossbody. The new era would not be anything without the old era, and it just shows the evolution. Like your Molly Holly to Bayley, your Michelle McCool to your Toni Storm, your Trish Stratus to your Toni Storm, I should have said, your Lyra Valkyria. It's all just like, you see the evolution, you see the foundation of what these past women laid. Mad respect. But you see the evolution of what happened out of that, and I can only think that they're proud of that. Like, I think they sit at home sometimes. I fantasize this, but I really think they sit at home sometimes and appreciate the fact that, like, they started something that changed a whole industry. God, we love women's wrestling, and we love Toni Storm. Can she also grab some weapons when coming into this match? No, she's just going straight to it. Toni Storm not grabbing a weapon and gets hit in the butt with a sledgehammer for it. That was one anticlimactic entrance if I've ever seen one. Is she about to get a twist of fate immediately? This did not go well for Toni Storm, but thank God for Lyra Valkyria holding it down. Rhea Ripley, too. I feel like with Rhea Ripley holding it down, though, like, we don't actually need to talk about it because we already understand and know. Like, that's what Rhea Ripley does. Kendo sticks to the back of Toni's head. She is getting demolished in this match. Did Michelle McCool just throw the table at her head? Meanwhile, Rhea and Lyra double teaming Trish. I like how that's working out, and I like that the table's been moved over to that ring and added to that equation. Toni Storm fighting back for her life, trying to get into this match at all. Lyra saying, I put my hardcore pants on today. I love the fact that she said, I want to set this table on fire. And Trish Stratus, you're the closest woman to get put through it. Nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal at all. It's just how War Games works.
Ruthless.
Women's War works. WWW.
Say, we don't just set the bar, we are the bar.
Lyra climbing up to the top of the cage for the second time in this match. Okay. Now, Molly Holly's coming in. That means we're almost to the full match. We just need Bayley to come in after that. Lyra scooching and scooching. She's kind of just scooching from ring to ring. I don't know where that's going, but I know Michelle McCool learned how to hit a beautiful elbow drop in the meantime. Molly Holly entering the second ring, leaving Toni and Lita in the first ring alone. Okay, Lyra's finally going up. And she takes out Molly Holly and Rhea Ripley. Oh, Rhea Ripley kind of becomes casualty. Molly Holly had absolutely no idea that she was going to walk into this match and get pelted by Lyra. Oh, Michelle McCool, spear and punch down combo. Okay, DDT onto Toni Storm over in the other ring. Boot to Michelle in this one. Which ring do you want to watch? Okay, we're going to watch the first one. So Toni Storm is being held in a fireman's carry, eating the turnbuckle. Back to the other ring. Rhea stomping Michelle McCool down. Back to the other ring. Trish Stratus and her sledgehammer. What kind of call did you feel like you needed to do by coming into this match, Trish, and pelting people with a sledgehammer so often?
Ruthless.
I don't get it. Is there like some sort of like Triple H thing? Like Triple H saw you backstage, was like, here, the hammer, do the thing. All right, come on, Bayley. Let's get this match started for real. This was all nice hurricane run. This was all just warm up. Lyra, oh, she's hitting that. I thought Lyra was just gonna get the win off the rip. Now Molly Holly has Rhea in a scorpion choke. Okay, Rhea's out of that. Lyra going for the pin again. Nothing doing there. This is I feel like this could go either team's way in a second. So I'm watching everybody. Last match, we ended with everybody getting pinned on one side. This, I see Michelle McCool and Trish Stratus both getting good moves off. I think I just saw a Stratus faction. Man, who comes out of this with the win? Rhea attacking Molly in the corner down there. Michelle McCool and Bayley are stuck in the first ring on their backs, but they're the only ones there. I kind of like how one-on-one matches could go. Now see Rhea coming in with a sledgehammer. That changes that. Oh, we're swapping them out is what we're doing. Okay. So Bayley and Rhea are going to swap. 6 out of 8 of the women are in one ring, and then 2 out of 8 are in the other. Let's slide Lyra in there. What are you doing, Lyra? Which ring are you going to? I love the way that worked. She kept him guessing. Okay, now Michelle McCool got Rhea in just a nice little leg lock. It's not going to take Rhea down. Lyra and Rhea are going to get the jump on Michelle McCool. Meanwhile, Molly Holly being put in the ankle lock by Toni Storm. You can't ask for more than a good ankle lock. She's really going to town on that ankle. Okay. Now, Lyra has the sledgehammer, and she's trying to put it up Trish's butt. She's hitting Trish in the butt and the gut. A little receipt for all those sledgehammer hits, huh, Trish? How you like that, Lyra says. She went to town. All right. Sending Rhea in the ropes in the first ring. Now we got it a little more evened out here. Lyra slapping Molly in the face. Meanwhile, Bayley gets the pin over Lita, and we have a winner. Team Bayley. Or if you just want to, say Team New Era, that's what we're going with. Another win for the New Era women. We're actually not that surprised, and it in no way diminished the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression Era women's momentum, because again, we wouldn't have Toni, Bayley, Rhea, and Lyra without Michelle, Lita, Trish, and Molly. Had to do that all at the top of the dome. Let's keep it rolling here. Let's get to this bonus match. Again, keeping in the theme of generational, what we wanted to do here was we wanted to put Golden Era versus the Ruthless Aggression Era, and we kind of had you guys vote in on the Ruthless Aggression Era team because we really didn't know. Like, Randy Orton really should have been in here, but you guys said Carlito should be in here more than Randy Orton. Shit like that makes me love you guys because I wanted Carlito in here more than Randy Orton. I'm sick of Randy Orton, man. That's how you know I grew up in that time period. If you grew up in between 2003 and 2014, yeah, 15, because 14 he was the Authority push. But if you grew up in that time period, just in the Ruthless Aggression period, and you're not if you're not in any way a sort of douchebag, you kind of tired of Randy Orton, man. All right, this will tell you what kind of fan I am too. Odessa, Texas, house show. WWE's pulling through. Main event. We have a team of Randy Orton and Shinsuke. Shinsuke comes out, I pop, I yell, I'm screaming because it's 2017. Shinsuke is hot as a brick oven.
Yeah.
Everything about Shinsuke at that time said superstar. I'm the only one screaming, you Odessa, Texas, you guys suck. I'm the only one popping for Shinsuke. I look like a jackass to everybody else, but I don't care. I'm seeing Shinsuke Nakamura live. That's something to talk about.
What do we want to talk
Randy
about?
Orton comes out, crowd roars, kids screaming, women flashing. It was like a megastar hit the stage, and like these people who paid $15 to $40 for a ticket had spent thousands of dollars to see this one man. The pop was massive, and respect to Orton. He gets it every time, but like, dude, Shinsuke couldn't get that. Man, get me out of here. Get me out
But
of here.
this bitch is getting on my nerves.
It's absolute. Okay, you know what? That was 17. It was in the past. It's over now. We see how Shinsuke and WWE has been treated. He doesn't mind it at all. That's his prerogative. I got a War Games master call anyway. Just saying. So, back to the match.
So,
Golden era versus ruthless aggression era. Now, when I was growing up, with my John Cena's, with my Randy Ortons, with my Jeff Hardys, with my Carlitos, I always heard yeah, but Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man. I'm gonna say it, dude, and this is a generational gap thing. Like, being the kids that came out of the Attitude Era, born in the Ruthless Aggression Era, watched in the Ruthless Aggression Era, I should say, were born. I was born before the Attitude Era when I think about it. But that shit was overrated, dude. I watch every generation of wrestling, period. I watched wrestling from 1937. That was last Tuesday for me. I have watched every single era of wrestling in some form or fashion to try to educate myself on what the I do for a living. The Golden Era does not have an apt name. That is one of the slowest and least enthusiastic periods of wrestling, and while it was a boom period, while it did bring pro wrestling to a mainstream spotlight and did for pro wrestling what had never been done before, it's overrated, bro. It's overrated. And just like how in that last match, the new era of women proved that the old eras of women laid the foundation for it to grow and evolve, that's exactly what the Golden Era is. All it is foundation. So you take the nostalgia goggles off, you old man, you will see the Golden Era, while amazing and revolutionary, was just the tip, the tiny, tiny tip of the iceberg on what pro wrestling was going to be. The Attitude Era took the Golden Era, kicked it in the balls, gave it a stone cold stunner, made it awesome, and now all that generation can talk about is we have the best. And I'm trying to let you guys know, this next generation, these new sets of wrestling fans coming in, have it made. They have it absolutely made, and the shit they complain about on the internet is pointless. They don't deal with half the shit we've dealt with. Old head to old head, I can tell you, they're ignorant and I can't stand them sometimes, but they have the best wrestling. Let's take the nostalgia goggles off and let's admit, this new era has the absolute best pro wrestling we've ever watched. They're the best, they're super wrestlers. I'm just saying, let's give them their credit. I'm not saying, put them on a pedestal. God help you if you did. They're already narcissists up the ass. And this isn't me on my old man rocker saying, man, them kids, them kids. I don't know what's wrong with them kids, but it ain't them kids, because they got some badass wrestling and they're keeping this business going. They're the ones on the internet saying, yeah, but Ospreay, yeah, but I just saw John Cena hit Hulk Hogan with a tornado DDT and I fell off my rant. Hey, I want to offer cheers, all right? I know I ranted. Again, you guys want to comment, go nuts in the comments. It's Thanksgiving. Do what you want to do. Yeah. But I want to propose a toast. This is a Thanksgiving toast. This is a Thanksgiving cheers. While Jeff Hardy gets some Thanksgiving chairs and all kinds of other weapons, here's a cheers, a toast to pro wrestling. Old, new, wherever you're at in age and fandom, we're all here together doing the exact same damn thing. And that's talking about what we love. I might be toasting and cheersing some waters with you guys right now. I don't know what you're drinking for Thanksgiving, but I hope you're sipping on something that makes you feel good and you're doing it responsibly.
Drink it in, man.
To pro wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
Get the beat down on Hulk Hogan now. Demolish him. Jeff and John going on the Hulkster. Ah, damn. Every time I start to brag, get excited. Okay. Now, Macho Man coming in the match. Grabbing the table. If Macho Man sets that table on fire, I'm going to pop. I'm going to take back all I said. Instead, he gets a headshot. Chair shot to the head by John Cena. Ruthless aggressions.
Battleground.
People say that the Ruthless Aggression era doesn't happen without John Cena saying that line again, that Fed line, the Ruthless Aggression thing. You know what I think? I think that didn't really have much to do with it at all. I think we pinpointed as the start of it because that's where we decided to start it. What the hell are you doing, Jeff? This is as Jeff Hardy as it gets. Macho Man said, get your crazy ass down from there, Jeffrey. No, he just got up there with them. And he just gave him back down. Don't tell me Macho Man was a smart man. Wait a second, is that Bonesaw on the top of the cage?
What?
That's not Macho Man, that's Bonesaw, bro. That's Bonesaw. Oh, you can't see him. I don't know what Macho Man doing. Oh, Jeff eats shit. Story of his life. Jeff Hardy eats shit.
What? Damn!
Thank you so much for watching this episode today, and we will continue very shortly. But I want to quickly give a thank you to the sponsor of today's episode and talk about something that I've recently been getting into. And if you're a really on-the-go, busy type of person like I am, you'll want to hear this. Today's episode is sponsored by Optavia, a low-sodium, calorie-efficient, sustainable diet plan that not only is catered to helping you reach your weight loss goals, but links you in with a personal health coach to help guide you alongside your health journey. And the best part, your coach is somebody who has already been on the same weight loss journey and found success in doing so. So not only a healthy diet that will supply you with ready meals and low-calorie snacks, but link you in with somebody who can help keep you motivated and educated on your way to a successful weight loss journey. I myself have been doing the diet, and I am really happy with the results so far, guys. I get a lot of these turkey meatball meals. The beef stew is my go-to lunch. A lot of times when I'm getting ready for the day, you will see me drinking on these Optavia shakes that I love. And the most important thing about this is how often I drink water. You drink a lot of water. It seems like it's hard, but I'm telling you personally, my coach keeps me educated, motivated, and properly hydrated. It is achievable. If you would like to get in contact with our show's personal coach and get started on your Optavia health journey, contact our email listed below in the description with the word Optavia. That's OPTAVIA. Or just head over to www.optavia.com and get started on your own time with your own coach. Now, back to the program. I was talking about something a second ago and making a rant or a point, and I forgot it. I just got into this match. I think once the point of Jeff Hardy getting on top of the cage happened, I was like, all right, something crazy's about to happen.
Buckle up, Teddy.
What are we grabbing out from under there? Okay, Edge, Adam Copeland, throwing a trash can in there, letting everybody know Hulk Hogan is absolute garbage.
Damn!
Grabbing a sledgehammer, letting everybody know I'm putting the hammer down.
Part down, bruv!
Now, Spotify. I know you guys are watching on Spotify. You like your polls. We don't do enough polls. We got a poll. We got a poll on this one. I need to know. I don't want to know who you thought should have won what match. Matches happened. People win. People lose. I need to know what you vote best era of wrestling. Now that we've laid it all out on the table, all the cards are there, we've looked at them, I've made valid points about every era being great and also not as great as what people make it sound. What is it? Attitude? Golden? New? Ruthless?
Aggression!
Is it the Dark Ages? Now, if you think the Mildred Burke era, the Fabulous Moolah era, if you think the Dark Ages of wrestling is the best, get the out. If you think the Carney era of wrestling is the best, get the out.
Get the F
You're trolling at that point. You're absolutely trolling. You need to get pile drove the same way John Cena did. That leg drop onto Jeff Hardy, I don't agree with it. Iron Sheik coming in the match, and he looks mean. Iron Sheik has always looked really mean. He does a hell of a job playing a heel, man. One mean man. Okay, Jeff Hardy was not going to accept having a trash can thrown at him. John Cena giving Hulk Hogan a taste of that medicine. Speaking of a taste of your own medicine, Jeff Hardy hitting a top rope leg drop onto Hulk Hogan. How apropos. Is that how you say that word? Even if it's not, you knew what I was trying to say. Now, John Cena needs to flex. Good on him. Jeff Hardy's going to do all the work because he's the workhorse of the era. But make no mistake, John Cena's the face of it. Kind of stealing the spotlight. Who do you like better, John Cena or Jeff Hardy? Comments now. Stop. Ooh. Okay. Let's talk about that. John Cena throws the stop sign onto Hulk Hogan. Jeff Hardy goes to hit the swanton onto Hulk. And say, ooh, nice, Jeff. Instead, Jeff Hardy hits the swanton and knocks Cena down. Can't make this shit up, bro. Jeff Hardy is reckless as they get. Coming into the match now, we have Carlito. How cool. So, only man left to start this match will be the Ultimate Warrior. That'll give the Golden Era the even odds, because I guess, yeah, Ruthless Aggression Era had the advantage. I didn't even realize it, but Jeff Hardy and Edge being on the same team, how do we feel about that? Do we like it? Does it feel okay? I don't get bothered by it. I don't think anybody is bothered by it anymore, but if there's any hard feelings there. Now, Jeff, while all this action's going on over here, why in the hell did Jeff Hardy hit a whisper in the wind into the wind? That was the greatest Royal Rumble all over again. I swear if Jinder Mahal had just fell down somewhere during that, I wouldn't have even been surprised. Okay, all the actions in the first ring. No idea what's... Okay, Jeff was just practicing his whisper in the wind. He wanted to make sure he could still hit it, so he goes and hits Hulk Hogan with it. John Cena and Carlito beat down on Macho Man. Edge is just going for whoever. Edge is just trying to eat, man. He's hungry. Power bomb onto the Sheik. Sledgehammer onto the Sheik. Dude, what did Sheiky do? Ruthless Aggression Era, man. Holding it down. Now, what would it look like if the Ultimate Warrior just came in this match and took them all out? It would honestly be a little annoying, but we'd live with it. Carlito scaling the cage like that. I like a good cage scale. Ultimate Warrior hanging out inside the ring. He's not in a hurry. Carlito flying off the top, man. Okay, throwing a table into the mix. We can get behind that. Jeff Hardy up top again. Stop sign. Swanton. Edge and Hardy working together, man. All right, pin. Is it over already? 1, 2, kick out. All right, dude. How did Hulk Hogan kick out of all the ass beatings he's taken? Now, Edge, did you just hit Jeff with the stop sign on purpose, or was it an accident? It kind of looks like you were helping Hulk Hogan, your childhood hero. Okay, well, he hits the execution on him, so null and void there. He's going for the spear. A nice spear. Oh, Jeff going up top. A lot of action happened in that first ring. Jeff going back up top again. Going for that swanton. Oh, a leg drop. He had to make sure he ate the leg drop.
Ruthless.
Hogan kicks out, of course. Can't let Jeff get over, can we? No.
No.
Twist a fade onto the Hulkster. Pins him. That's it. Jeff Hardy making a stick. What the is going on? Hulk Hogan is not actually immortal, guys. We don't need him to kick out of 70 finishers. Maybe it's just the age-old rule, like, all right, it's because there's a table in the ring. The table's got to break before anybody goes over. Let's get a table spot. Let's get a table spot and an elbow drop. And a face bust? I mean, yeah. That's fine. That's totally fine, bro. Another swanton. Swantonular. Ooh, double pin. Edge and Jeff Hardy getting pins. Kick out over there. Let's try this one then. 3. All right, Jeff Hardy does win it for his team, and the table didn't get broken. It's a mortal sin in wrestling, but let's just forget about it. I don't have any control over it. I just called the match. Ruthless Aggression toppling over the Golden Era, and I mean the entirety of the match, they had the upper hand. I don't think the Golden Era was ever in the driver's seat of that match. So, that said, all respect to them. Thank you for the foundation. But let's move ahead this Thanksgiving, acknowledging that wrestling always has progressed.
Acknowledge me.
Evolution, baby, and not the faction. Lastly, right before we head out, of course, just want to say, Happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's my favorite holiday, and I'm so thankful for you guys that tune in and watch the show. You guys are absolutely the best. So, happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you this week. War Game Survivor Series.